This looks like Play-Doh, but it's actually a 3D printed steak. The 3D printing technology behind it is one of many contenders in today's sizzling hot international race to capitalize on the growing faux meat market. And it's not just alternatives to ground beef or sausages, but steaks.
There is an amazing industry of alternative meat that is focused on minced meat. And actually the meat industry is driven by the whole muscle cuts. Steaks, roast, slow cooking, grilling, everything that an animal can do, we want to do the same or even better.
Eshar Ben-Shitrit is CEO of the Israeli startup Redefine Meat. His company is focused on creating industrial-level 3D printers that would ultimately be sold to meat distributors around the globe and become part of the meat supply chain.
The idea is to replace a cow. So each of our machines produce in a day exactly like a cow, up to 250 kilos in a single day.
Faux meat is believed to be significantly better for the environment, requiring less water and energy and releasing fewer fossil fuels than livestock.
This is the best way to fight climate change, to deliver healthier solutions and food to the entire population of the planet.
At this stage in development, Redefine Meat is not disclosing how much the printers will cost. The plan is to keep the price of their 3D printed steaks comparable to traditional ones, which can range from $5 to $12 per pound. The company aims to debut the steaks at high-end restaurants in Israel, Switzerland, and Germany by the end of 2020. But it will be a while before the printers are part of the meat industrial complex. Currently, the machines produce up to 13 pounds of meat an hour. Next year, the company plans to release a new generation of machines that will print 44 pounds an hour. By comparison, American slaughterhouses can collectively process over 100,000 cows a day, each of which yields hundreds of pounds of beef. And in the meat industry, profit margins are greatest on whole animal cuts, like steaks. The key to those profits is creating steak with the same taste and texture as traditional meat.
We analyzed the different components that make those beautiful cuts, and we identified three main components: the muscle, the blood, and the fat. These are the components that we need to mimic in order to reach the perfect, beautiful steak.
Redefine Meat's recipe is secret, but the company says all ingredients are plant-based and vegan. Here in Israel, consumers are interested, but also skeptical.
As soon as the taste will be as good as the regular meat, I will definitely try it.
But the company has some competition. Israel is a hotspot for alternative meat development, both lab-grown and 3D printed. In Spain, there's Nova Meat, which is also working on 3D printed steaks.
This directly on the pan so we can test it fresh.
Nova Meat also recently developed a whole muscle version of pork. Big companies including Tesco and Unilever are developing plant-based meats too. Venture capital money is pouring in, and the global faux meat market is projected to reach a value of $8.1 billion by 2026. They're all racing to convince consumers that something like this can taste as good as this.
At the end of the day, technology is important, but what's more interesting is to have a really delicious and tasty food product that you can cut through and have a bite and be excited.